All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The day has come. The Las Vegas Raiders just officially hired Chip Kelly to be their offensive coordinator. This is the most perfect move outside of Pete Carroll, who's the official head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. This is money. Patrick Graham, the DC, is back, and now Mr. Chip Kelly, Oregon legend, just won a natty at Ohio State this past season. This guy is a genius, brilliant mastermind of an offensive guru, and I'm just so hyped up. I actually want to do a deep dive on Chip Kelly for some of you guys as well, because I kind of want to go through this as well. Chip Kelly has been everywhere. I mean, he has been everywhere. Personally, when I think of him, you think of two things. First off, when I was growing up, like as a teenager, this guy at Oregon was a beast. I mean, not only did they have cool colors, obviously they had very cool jerseys, very cool uniforms, knew every single game, but the offense was electric. You know, we all kind of think of Marcus Mariota, right? We think of Michael James. And then you think of the bad side of Chip Kelly, and that was just his coaching tenure, head coaching tenure with the Philadelphia Eagles. I keep using this example when I think of guys like Matt Eberflus. I'm from the Chicagoland area. Matt Eberflus to me is a defensive coordinator. He's not a head coach. He's a defensive coordinator. When I think of Chip Kelly, I think Antonio Pierce even. I hate to even say it. I think he could be a great defense coordinator. I don't know so much about him being a head coach. Maybe that's a little bit rude. I don't mean that necessarily. Obviously, he got kind of ran out of town here, but it's all going to be okay. My point is Chip Kelly as an offensive coordinator is absolutely perfect. So you can kind of see here on the screen, I'll even zoom in. Sorry, I'm my own producer. He's from Dover, which if anyone's ever watched Impractical Jokers, you know Dover. Anyways, he played quarterback at Manchester Central and defensive back at the University of New Hampshire. He broke into the college ranks in 1990 at Columbia University, but I want to bring something up here. So he was eventually hired. You could see it highlighted here on the screen. He was promoted to offensive coordinator at New Hampshire all the way back in 1999. Fun fact, that's the year I was born. The Wildcats offense averaged better than 400 yards per game of total offense in 7 of his 8 seasons. In 2004, the school broke 29 offensive score records, compiling over 5,400 yards of total offense and scoring 40 or more points in 7 games. Their best offensive output was in 2005 when they finished second nationally in total offense with almost 500 yards per game. They were third in scoring, putting up 42 a night, fifth in passing over 300 yards, and they finished 11-2. He won a bunch of awards, and then he ends up going to Oregon. So he's the offensive coordinator for a couple of years. He was hired as offensive coordinator at the University of Oregon. I know I say it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm from Chicago. It's just how I say it. His potent spread offense attack was an instant success. In his first season as offensive coordinator at Oregon, the Ducks led the Pac-10 in scoring. Damn, I missed the Pac-10. 38.15 points per game and total offense, almost 470 yards of total yards. That sounded weird, but you get what I'm saying. Also became the high-scoring team while amassed the most yards in the history of Oregon football. Prior to Kelly's arrival, Dennis Dixon struggled in his first 3 seasons at quarterback. Under Kelly's guidance, Dixon was the Pac-10 Offensive Player of the Year and emerged as a Heisman Trophy candidate. In 2008, the Ducks once again led the Pac-10. Still missed the Pac-10 in scoring at 42 points per game, at total offense 15 below 500, while breaking school record marks set the previous season. And then he was the head coach. But folks, before we get any further into that, I want to shout out our sponsor for this, Mando. They sent me a bunch of swag here. I absolutely love it. I'll just use this example. This is deodorant wipes here. These things smell amazing. 24-hour odor control. Pits, package, feet. I'm a big golfer, so having stuff like this when you're playing out I live in Tampa now, it's hot, man. It's muggy. It's just way too hot out here, and you get really sweaty, and the other S word, a little bit smelly, and having these is just beautiful. They sent me a nice little care package here. I'm really loving this deodorant. Here it is on the screen here. I think it smells phenomenal. I ran out of deodorant, coincidentally. I got a fresh whole deodorant whole body deodorant from Mando. Here's 72-hour odor control. But folks, Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant right here, cream tube deodorant right here, and also 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash or the deodorant wipes that I've got right here, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get a $5 off starter pack with the exclusive code Upton. It should be on the screen here, and that equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Once again, use code Upton, UPTON, at shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them that they sent you here. So go check out Mando. All of that stuff is in the comment section, was on the screen, and it's also in the description. So let's get back into this here. I am just so excited, man. This happened a couple of minutes ago. I am just absolutely ecstatic here. So when Chip Kelly was the head coach at Oregon, they were just masterful. I mean, they really were. And Kelly coached the Oregon Ducks to the BCS games in each of his first 4 seasons as head coach: 2010 Rose Bowl, 2011 BCS National Championship game, 2012 Rose Bowl, 2013 Fiesta Bowl. Kelly coached Oregon to 3 consecutive outright conference championships, 2009 to 2011. He beat some big-time opponents, or rivals, I should say, like Washington, Oregon State Beavers. He's named 2009, 2010 Pac-10 Coach of the Year. I mean, the list just, as you can see here, it does go on and on and on and on. He got some head coaching interest all the time. You got quality control here in 2006 with Tom Coughlin over in the New York Giants. In the spring of 2009, John Gruden and Chip Kelly spent several days in Tampa discussing theories, progressions, offensive strategies. In November 2010, he visited Pete Carroll and the Seattle Seahawks. Pete Carroll, the head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders, during an Oregon bye week. And then in 2012, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers interviewed him, but he had unfinished business. Once again, Bill Belichick was interested in him. The list genuinely goes on and on and on. And then things start to take, a turn for the worse. Oh my gosh, what the heck just happened? Sorry. Philadelphia, again, okay, all right, never mind. Philadelphia Eagles head coach 2013 to 2015 happened. That was an early hire. They became the team's head coach on January 16th. Oh my goodness. In his first season, Kelly reversed the Eagles' fortunes of the previous year, taking over a team that went 4-12 in 2012, reads last year. Kelly led the Eagles to a 10-6 record in the NFC East division title, becoming just the second head coach in league history to win a division title in his first season in the National Football League. They narrowly lost by 2 points in the wild card or the playoffs to the New Orleans Saints. In his second season, they went 10-6 again, but they had a bunch of injuries like Nick Foles, Eagle legend, Super Bowl legend, and unfortunately they did not make the playoffs. And then things get a little bit dicey here on December 29th, 2015. The Eagles at 6-9. Kelly was fired before the final regular season game. Now, I want to say there's like a bunch of rumors, speculations, opinions out there on Chip Kelly and his departure from the Philadelphia Eagles. And it just didn't really seem, we know how coaches work, right? We just saw it with Antonio Pierce. Rightfully saw it with Josh McDaniels, but Raiders fans know how the coaching cycle works. And, sometimes it's just not meant to be, even though it is a good guy. Then he went on over to the San Francisco 49ers. He entered the 2016 season as the 49ers' third coach in 3 years, kind of similar to the Las Vegas Raiders right here. In his first game, they took down the Los Angeles Rams, blah, 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 blah. And they just were not good. They went 2-14. And obviously, when you go 2-14, you're going to get fired. So he's fired. Was a studio analyst for ESPN in 2017. Then he went to be the head coach of the UCLA Bruins football team. I guess he had an interview for the Florida Gators head coach position. I did not know that. Started very slow. It just wasn't good. UCLA is not the biggest of college football teams. Anyways, things end up working out. After 3 straight losing seasons, UCLA was 8-4 2021. They began the 2022 season 5-0 for the first time in over 10 years, almost like 15 years. They finished 9-4, a loss in the Sun Bowl. Then they went 8-5 in 2023. He did a very good job kind of building that UCLA Bruin football team back up. And then this past season, he replaced Bill O'Brien as offensive coordinator, and they just won a national championship at Ohio State. So I love this move. I know his last NFL tenures, head coaching, whether it's San Francisco or Philadelphia, I know it didn't necessarily end well. Um, but Chip Kelly, like I said, I just view him as a really good offensive coordinator. I think he's just an offensive guy. He's an offensive guru. So, yeah, obviously the Raiders have a bunch of things to look into. Obviously, the quarterback situation, some depth, some talent in certain positional groups. We'll talk about all that as the offseason progresses. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Once again, shout out to our sponsor, Mando. Go check them out. All that stuff, once again, is in the description. But most importantly, guys, give me your thoughts on Chip Kelly, the new offensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders.